10 Best Ground Covers for Full Sun. Roxbury Cotoneaster horizontalis can reach a few feet tall, though you can train it through pruning to remain shorter. That might not sound like a ground cover to you. It is indeed a shrub, but it is called horizontalis for a reason. Roxbury Cotoneaster exhibits a strong tendency to grow horizontally like a ground cover, rather than vertically, and it appreciates sunlight. Plus, its bright red berries are numerous enough to furnish considerable ornamental value to a landscape. This sun-loving and drought-tolerant variety of catmint makes for a great flowering ground cover. Six Hills Giant has a mounding growth habit and bears numerous small flowers. If you cut it back after its first bloom, it should flower for most of the growing season. Its leaves fill the air with a lemony scent when they're brushed or bruised. Like Cotoneaster, lamb's ear, Stachys byzantina, is not necessarily a short plant. If you count the flower spike, it can reach around 18 inches (46 centimeters) tall. But the flowers aren't all that special, and you might even opt to cut down the spikes to keep the plant at ground cover level. The main attraction is the plant's silvery leaves, which are fuzzy and velvety like the ears of a lamb. Creeping juniper varieties, such as blue rug, share the shrub classification with Cotoneaster. But creeping, in the name, indicates where this plant parts ways with Cotoneaster. These are short, surface-hugging plants that are excellent for controlling soil erosion on sunny hillsides. They're also fairly low maintenance. Prune the plant during the spring if you wish to keep it from spreading or if there is a diseased or dying section, and make sure the plant has evenly moist soil until it matures. This perennial Alyssum is one of those great bright yellow flowers, think daffodils, of the spring season, but its blue-gray leaves are also appealing. This is key because if you are using it as a ground cover for a sunny spot, it will continue to supply visual interest even after it's done blooming. Once the blooms fade, cut back the plant by about a third to promote more flowering. You also can cut it back if the plant gets too leggy. Silver Mound Artemisia is strictly a foliage plant. There is no flower spike to deal with when growing this ground cover that loves full sun. Where lamb's ears sport a coarse plant texture, Silver Mound has a fine texture. So depending on how you are working with plant textures in your landscape, this distinction could make the difference in your plant selection. To keep this plant looking its best, give it a slight pruning as summer begins. This helps to prevent the branches from falling away from the center and leaving a hole in the middle of the clump. Snow in summer ground cover looks like flowery snowdrifts that can spill over stone walls and landscape. And unlike actual snow, full sun is what helps this plant thrive. The herbaceous perennial blooms profusely in early summer with pristine white flowers. It can be difficult to grow in high heat and humidity, but it's tolerant of drought and shallow, rocky soil. People sometimes have trouble growing the ice plant. It is a succulent, but cold is typically not the problem. The issue is you have to provide it with sharp drainage. Still, this spreading, full-sun ground cover will make it worth your while if you solve its drainage, as it produces a dazzling display of flowers. Like the ice plant, Angelina sedum is a succulent. But unlike ice plants, Angelina sedum is not grown for its flowers. The plant does bloom, but the flower stalks are gangly. Many gardeners prefer to remove them after the flowers fade for aesthetic reasons. It is the foliage that counts with this ground cover. It is golden to chartreuse, turning more golden with increased sun. For a fragrant, full-sun ground cover, choose creeping thyme. The best way to enjoy its refreshing smell is to walk on it. That's right, far from suffering damage, this ground cover does not mind a reasonable amount of foot traffic. As a bonus, walking on it crushes the aromatic leaves just enough to waft some of their wonderful scent into the air. Along with lots of sun, creeping thyme generally prefers poor soil with sharp drainage. If the plant becomes woody, give it a substantial pruning to rejuvenate growth. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more interesting videos. And please hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm.